Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading with Angelic Ascensions Tarot. My name is Angela. Before I get started, I want to make something clear. These are general readings, and the messages can go either way. So if I refer to you and your particular sign in the reading, I'm not strictly saying that it has to be specifically about you. It can go either way, as these are general readings. It could be your partner that's doing a certain thing. So please keep that in mind when you are listening to these messages. As well, if you feel as though this message does not resonate with you, I invite you to take a look at the readings for your moon and rising signs. If you are not sure how to calculate what your moon and rising signs are, I have a link below that you can click on to calculate what your moon and rising signs are, so that you can take a look at those videos. With that said, I have already cut the deck and meditated over the cards. Your overall energy for this reading is the Page of Cups. So I feel like this week or in the near future, you will be making some type of an offer of love. Getting right into your reading, the first card is the Hermit card. So I feel like this is a time of introspection for some of you. You're isolating yourselves to figure out what it is you want to do. This could be a time of singlehood for you, where you are just taking some time out to contemplate what it is that you want to do next. Because I feel like in the recent past, you felt like you just got out of a situation where you were feeling very defensive and where you had to protect yourself. And you felt as though you had to build a wall around yourself. You may have gone through a time of stubbornness or missed opportunities. Or you may feel like the current situation that the situation that you just came out of was just like the rest of them. And you feel like this is something that happened to you over and over and over again. And you feel like here comes another one, another chance for someone to do what they did to me in the past is probably what you're thinking right now. I feel like you have a lot of residual heartache, and you feel you're still getting over this time of betrayal. But you want to come out of this conflict, whether this is conflict with yourself. I feel like you might have a lot of mental energy going on, definitely, because we got the Hermit card here, where you are trying to come to terms with all of this mental conflict. As well as these swords, they represent mental energy, so you're really feeling a lot of pain right now. And especially because something just happened. I feel like some news came out about a three-party situation. And things were not moving the way that you were expecting them to. Things took an unexpected turn. And you may be experiencing delays right now. Delays in something. Maybe delays in accepting an offer. I feel like there's old ways of thinking too that might be holding you back with these three cards. You might be stuck in a certain way of thinking that is preventing you from moving forward and getting the healing that you so need in this time. Because I'm going to skip over the Ace of Wands right now and go to the Star card, because this card talks about healing. This is a major arcana card. These are cards to pay special attention to, because this is as if God or the universe is coming to you and giving you advice about your situation. I see that there's a lot of emotional stability. And with the Star card in reverse, I feel like there are delays in healing. And I feel like that's directly related to these old ways of thinking that need to be reevaluated. And I feel like you're definitely doing that with the Hermit card. You're taking some time out to think about what it is you want to do. Or taking some time out to think about if this offer is something that you want to accept. Because there is an offer coming in with the Ace of Wands. This is a passionate offer that is coming your way. Or that you could be working on some type of a creative project and you're having some type of creative block with this Hermit card, and you're really trying to, get your, you're trying to remove this creative block, which could also be what the Star card is about. But that's for some of you, not for all. That creative project situation. But you do have an offer coming in. Some of you have pretty much given up on love with the Seven of Wands. You've given up again because I feel like it has to do with this old way of thinking. You feel as though all relationships are going to be the same. So that's keeping you from moving forward. I feel like you're really in your head though with this Hermit card. And next we have a Seven of Pentacles. You feel like this relationship that you just came out of was a waste of time. You might feel that you've got wasted emotions, wasted a low sense of self-worth after coming out of this relationship that you just came from. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could also be dealing with an Aries. And I see Gemini here also, and Virgo. Well, Virgo, this is your reading. So, yeah, that's why your energy is coming through with the Hermit card. The Empress. Some of you might be finding out that you're pregnant because I have not only the Empress, but I have the Miracle card here. So, for those of you who wanted these pregnancies, congratulations. Otherwise, if it is not about a pregnancy, then you are regaining or trying to heal so that you can get your self-worth back in balance. Because the Empress speaks of beauty. She speaks of a strong sense of self-worth. And this could be a very creative time for you because she also represents creativity, not just fertility, but creativity. And with the Ace of Wands here, I feel like some of you may be working on creative projects. Like I said, that's for some of you. Knight of Wands. There's someone in your situation, or maybe this could pertain to a situation that you just came out of. This person was offering you a friends with benefits type of relationship, and nothing more than that. They may have given you the false perception that they wanted to build with you and make something of this relationship, when in truth, all they wanted was a friends with benefits situation. But I don't feel like they were upfront with you about it. Because next we have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this was a cycle. This is something that went very slow and went in circles. I feel like your partner was speaking in circles. You would ask, what level the relationship is, if it's moving to the next level, and they would speak in riddles. They wouldn't give you a straight answer, just to keep you looped in and to keep you, at their convenience level. At their beck and call, by going slow and by going in circles. This may also be a cycle. You might be caught in the type of cycle where you continue to attract these type of relationships into your life, where they're not really progressing in the direction you want them to go in, and where you come out of the relationship feeling like you've wasted your time and that you've just been spinning your wheels going nowhere. Next card is the Eight of Wands. So you're going to get some type of offer. You're going to get some type of communication, maybe through text, through email, from somewhere far away. This person might live at a distance from you, but you're going to get some type of communication from a distance. It could be face-to-face communication as well, but I'm kind of picking up text or email. And it's going to be direct communication. And it might be about an offer because that was your overall energy. And we also have it here with the Ace of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is your next card. This is someone that's very determined, very passionate about life. This is someone that knows what direction they want to go in. They're very ambitious, very driven. Yeah, but they've got a very fiery type of personality. So some of you are dealing with a fire sign, or you have fire in your chart. She gives off a motherly vibe to me as well. So some of you, I see two women here. You could be dealing with two mothers of your children. But this person is very guarded. This person might be hiding their emotions or holding on very tightly to the relationship. Even though the relationship is over, they're still clinging to the relationship. And what I mean by that is if they're not still trying to hold on and keep contact, and this is someone that is trying to hold on to the memory of how it used to be, and this person is hoping to rekindle the relationship. Like I said, being stuck in old ways of thinking, not being able to let go. That song, Never Can Say Goodbye, that Michael Jackson song just popped into my head, as if they really don't know how to let go. Then we've got the Four of Pentacles. This could also be someone else who is just very secretive. They could be holding on to a secret, be holding on to finances, but they're keeping something to themselves. Six of Swords talks about moving on or moving away, maybe traveling, but there are going to be delays in this travel for some reason. And I feel like that's because this person, who could also be a Scorpio or have Scorpio in their chart, is not wanting things to end. They don't want someone to leave. They don't want someone to change. And I'm strongly getting that with the Four of Pentacles. Someone is really holding on. Like I said, holding on to a false perception, an old way of thinking that keeps them in the cycle of bad relationships. But yeah, someone is not wanting to end the situation. I'm feeling like some of you may get some type of a job offer. You've got some money coming in because this is pretty good. So I see your finances being stable. Definitely. You're going to get some type of a job offer or some message about money. And I say old ways of thinking because you've got a lot of anxiety, a lot of fears, a lot of guilt, and hurt from the past that you're still dealing with. That's natural because you just came out of something that was just very painful. But with this Death card in reverse, I feel like you're holding on to these old ways of thinking that need to be purged out. The next card is the Four of Wands. Before I even go on to the next card, I want to say there's a need for forgiveness. Forgiveness of self, because I feel like a lot of you are holding on to a lot of guilt. I feel like a lot of you are holding on to guilt from the past. You might be holding yourself somewhat accountable for how someone treated you. But how someone else decides to treat you is external from yourself. This is someone with their own issues. If someone mistreats you, it's because they have their own issues and their own vices that they're fighting with. They have their own self-forgiveness to deal with. There's a saying that says, hurting people hurt people. And I feel like this has strongly to do with the fact that someone is, like I said, I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but these are people that need to forgive themselves and let go of old ways of thinking. Because I've said this before, where when you have these ways of thinking that no longer serve you, it's as if you send out a signal to the universe and you attract people in your life that mistreat you because of feelings. You detract from your own self-worth. You have these feelings where you believe that you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of anything good. And you get trapped in this cycle of self-sabotage. And you end up getting in these relationships that are going in circles. They're going nowhere. So I strongly want to encourage you guys who need to go within to forgive yourself. And it's also necessary to forgive others. I say this in a lot of videos. Anytime this card comes out, forgiveness is not necessarily for the benefit of the other person that did you wrong. Forgiveness helps you to release all of this baggage that we hold on to when someone mistreats us. When we hold on to all of that baggage, we may not realize that that is what is really holding us back from becoming the people that God wanted us to be. So I hope that that came out clearly. I hope that you understand where it is I'm coming from. All right. I'm sorry to become so preachy. That was a message that had to be spoken. And I felt like that was God speaking through me. 4 of Cups. So you're going to have some type of an offer that's coming through. May have something to do with the mother of your children. But I feel like you will ultimately turn down this offer, because you will know that it's attached to deception and a 3-party situation. But you're still really thinking about it. You haven't quite made up your mind that you really don't want to go with this decision. You're still thinking it over because you're stuck in between 2 paths. You're stuck in this old way of thinking as well. I feel like your self-esteem is feeling low. With this 6 of Wands in reverse, you feel like you can't get a victory. I feel like this is directly tied to self-worth. But it does make sense. Why would you feel as though you could get a victory out of this situation? Because it is attached to deception. It is a 3-party situation. So how could you get the victory out of it? And then I feel, though, as though these 2 paths that you are stuck between, these 2 minds, these 2 pathways that you could go in, you're considering remaining a part of this 3-party situation. But on the other side, you're considering still giving this a second chance with the Judgment card here. This is also a major arcana card. It represents rebirth. And we have the Scorpio card, the Death card that came out in the previous clarifier. That card talks about transformations, death and transformation. And I feel like with that coupled with this Judgment card, that it is time to purge out all of this negativity so that we can move forward. We're going into a new year pretty soon. Let's move into this new year a new person, and let's move into this new year attracting in what it is we really want, and not letting old ways of thinking hinder our forward movement, our forward momentum. Let's move forward in this next new year. 4 of Wands is your next card. So this talks about instability in the home situation. There's instability because there are secrets. I feel like these secrets came out. And this is a time where you're really considering ending this relationship and becoming single, because you feel that there's more benefit in doing that than to stay in this relationship. Good for you. Than to stay in this relationship that has no balance to it anymore. Directly next to that is the 2 of Pentacles, juggling, no balance, mixed emotions, not being able to make a decision, rocky road behind you, a wave of emotions, going back and forth. And I feel like that's what's going through your mind right now. But this person is still on your mind heavily. And you really, while you know it's beneficial, it's probably for the best for you to end it. You know that's what's for your best interest. But I still feel that you're thinking about restarting something and rekindling something. Because I feel like that would take all this burden off of you. You feeling like if you go back, that you could get rid of all of these hurt feelings. I feel like that's what some of you are thinking about. But the next card is also a major arcana card, the Lover's card. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. This card is saying that it's time to make a head over heart decision. Followed by that is the 5 of Cups. Again, these old ways of thinking. Because how can you go and retrieve this liquid that has spilled? It's gone. It's over with. This person is looking behind them and looking at what once was, but not looking in front of them to see that there is opportunity ahead. I feel like some of you have a lot of feelings of guilt. You have residual guilt from what you have gone through, because you definitely went through a three-party situation, but some of you want a second chance. I feel like some of you want to win this person back. Okay. But yeah, you definitely have some money coming in. If any of you were worried about money, I'm seeing that you definitely have that flowing in abundance for this final week of August or the upcoming in the near future. So Virgo, this does it for your weekly reading. If this message resonated with you, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button below. Thank you for commenting and subscribing. And for all of you who are brand new to my channel, welcome, because these are weekly readings and I would love to have you come back weekly to see this and get your message. I thank all of you who have commented and subscribed and set up personal readings with me. With that, on the subject of personal readings, you can book a personal reading by going directly to my website, AngelicAscensionsTarot.com, or by emailing me at AngelicAscensionsTarot@gmail.com. And if you needed any type of pricing, it is below in the description box. I want to thank you all, and I love you all, and I wish and hope for recovery and a new way of thinking, so that these old wounds do not hinder you and sabotage you from moving forward into this new year that's coming up. I wish you all the best, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now, Virgo.